Today is obviously a momentous day. I mean, we started off with a very ambitious project, and we learned very quickly it's not very straightforward. But like most businesses, you learn and you adapt. So we've actually hit 200,000 today, which we are very happy with that we've done that. And we've done it really through huge teamwork. But most importantly, we've done it because of the support of people who've given us land, and they've been amazing. We've had, in fact, so much interest that we've already committed to over 350,000 trees to be planted in November next year. So we're going to plant nearly double in November, December next year than we have planted this whole season. So it's very exciting. We really feel there's momentum going now.
We had somebody up because there's water running off the course and down into a little stream, and we were trying to see could we hold it back, because obviously, you know, that causes problems down the road if it's draining off our land. So we asked somebody from the county council, Clint, to come up and had a look and advise us on a few different things that we could do. And he said, have you heard about the 100 million tree project? And I said, no, but I'll find out about it straight away. So that morning I went home, I sent an email, and I got a phone call within 15 minutes from Tina, which is Richard's sister. I sent an email on to Richard, and like that, we were in contact and it was arranged. They came up and looked at the site, thought the site was perfect for what they wanted, and it's perfect for us, obviously.
It's been great. 5 months, just over 200,000, I think about 79 sites. So it's kind of pretty much, even allowing for the virtual non-stop rain for the whole 5 months, it's been a good achievement. But the main thing is just the huge enthusiasm of all the different individuals throughout the country who've taken part. So that's, I always thought that any real kind of project had to be led by the people, but in fact this is a great people's project. When you think that we, as the organisers, have no money, have no land and have no trees, and yet we've planted over 200,000 trees on 78 different people's land and given them free mini forests, all native trees. So it's kind of a good story. And of course, thanks to Unifar for the fantastic sponsorship. So Unifar can really put their hand on their heart and say, we did a fantastic environmental job.
First of all, I'm from Wexford, so this is very personal to me. And I'm here because I want to support this tree planting programme, which is an incredible programme aiming to plant 100 million trees and native broadleaf trees in Ireland. Which the sort where we had lots of forests like hundreds of years ago. We are one of the least forested countries in Europe now at this stage. So trying to replenish our forest areas, trying to replenish the number of trees, and trying to, through that, do our bit in bringing that carbon back into the ecosystem and sucking it back out of the atmosphere. In many of the countries that I work in, they're at the sharp end of climate change because they're already living in very difficult environments where it's very, very hot, where they get very heavy rains and so on. And all of these things are getting worse and worse in those countries. And indeed, even in Ireland, in our temperate climate, we've seen over the last 6 to 8 months how wet it's been, and the farmers have such difficulties and problems. So there's climate and there's day-to-day weather, and we're seeing the impact of climate change on our day-to-day weather. What can we do about it? As individuals, we might not feel we can do a lot, but tree planting is something very specific and very long-term, because trees really grow by sucking carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. So they're sinks of carbon. They bring the carbon back into the ecosystem, take it out of the atmosphere. So every tree that's planted is going to do that, and it's going to do it for 100 years and more. So tree planting is really one of the big weapons we have, if you like, to try and protect ourselves against climate change.
It's an absolute privilege to be here in Wexford today at the golf club, being involved in the last planting of the 200,000 trees in this planting season of native trees all over Ireland. The end result of seeing everybody involved was well worth all of the effort. We're going to need more people to plant the trees. We're going to need more resources. All great problems to be solving. There's a huge team effort after went into this project. It's from the landowners, the golf clubs, the GA clubs, the semi-state bodies that put forward the land that enabled these trees to be planted. It's the nurseries who grew these plants for the last 3 years that made them available today. It's the tree planters who are out in sun, rain, wind, out planting these trees all over Ireland every year. It's the drive, the vision, the determination of Richard and David Mulgannon and everybody involved in the 100 Million Trees project. It's the communities who came out to plant these trees. The very generous sponsorship by Uniphar has enabled all this to happen. The issue with naming a team is you've always omitted somebody, but they are really standout members of the team who have delivered 200,000 trees all over Ireland this year. And it's been an absolute honour from Forestry Services' point of view to be involved in this. Richard has already told me today we're going to do 1 million next year. But we're going to do it. The same as we've done 200,000 trees this year.
So we grow about 6 million native species in our nursery each year. A lot of these trees are for various different schemes in Ireland and different projects, such as the 100 million trees project, which is going on behind us at the moment. And really, when we sat down and discussed the logistics with Richard, we realised that this is going to be very practical for the nursery. It's going to be very, very practical for the landowner. And I think Richard has made the project probably very, very easy on everybody, except himself maybe with the amount of work that he's done. But everybody else, I think it's an enjoyable project to build into. I see people from schools planting in different projects. I saw the monks planting in Limerick. I see a huge different variety of people from different walks of life all planting in this. GA clubs I've seen planting in this project as well. So it just shows you that the whole of the country of Ireland want to embrace some tree planting, and we'll make sure that happens.
Richard came to us last year and just a random phone call out of the blue and asked us would we be able to supply some plants for his project. We said no problem. We'd done a little bit with him last year, smaller numbers. I think the total was between 25 and 27,000. And then in the summertime he made another phone call and he said, look, I'm hoping to plant 200,000 odd plants this year. Would you be interested? I said, definitely. So he called down, he met us, we sat down with him, we went through what the project was going to be and where it was looking like going for the next few years. And that's led us to here today, 200,000. He smashed the goals that he had originally set. And looking ahead to next year, it looks like it's going to be twice as big at least. 100 million is a huge goal, but so far he's hit every goal and exceeded every goal that he set so far. I can't see any reason why he won't hit the 100 million. Obviously it's going to take a lot of effort from Irish people to give him the land, volunteers to help with the planting, and definitely some of the bigger companies to get behind the financial side of things.
It's so relevant and important. It's something that is at the forefront of everybody's minds right now. All the landscapers we talk to and people in the industry, they just want to do something with their projects that have a long-term effect. And I think that's what this is. This is not looking to do something today that will disappear tomorrow. This is something that will last for generations to come in Ireland and to make the future better. This is a wonderful thing to be a part of. I have told people about this. It's part of my weekly call home. I told my parents, like, this week I'm going to go be a part of the planting. This is part of Ireland being a very forward-thinking country compared to the rest of Europe. So it's great.
For us to plant 5,000 trees ourselves would be massive, massive man hours, massive amount of work and cost. And to get this sponsored by 100 Million Trees project, it's amazing. We've had some great help this morning with the volunteers from CBS, and our own club members as well have come out in force to do a little bit of work and a bit of digging.
We decided to get involved because I had heard just through the grapevine about this project, and I know that my students we talk about our carbon footprint quite a lot in school. And to be fair, they were extremely interested. I didn't have to do much coaxing. They absolutely delighted to get involved. And we're really enjoying the day.
We're taking part in the 100 Million Trees project here in Wexford Golf Club. And we're doing the Milwaukee method. So the method is you plant trees within like 30 centimetres within each other, and it'll help them grow 10 times faster and 30 times denser. We're trying to reduce, or we're trying to take out 1 million tonnes of CO2 in the atmosphere every year. So, you know, if we do that, then we'll be on track, like, for fairly sustainable Ireland, like, you know.
We're planting trees such as Scots pine, spruce, many more as well, like. But yeah, we're very keen to come out and do it. Sure, it's great for the environment and very nice day to do it as well.
For us, it's important to be out and working with our community, meeting other like-minded people. You know, maybe schools themselves could get involved or donate a plot or something. I really feel like the senior cycle students here are really enjoying it. And I definitely encourage any school that would like to get involved. It's a real wonderful way just to connect with nature, and they actually are really enjoying it. I'm really impressed by them.
Yeah, it was a good experience. I learned a lot as well.
A bit of hard work, like, bit of sweat, like, but, you know, it's good for the environment, like.
Part of the school? Yeah, much better than school now, right?
I know for next season, if he can get guys to plant, we are willing to give him a small bit of land whatever he needs so that we can volunteer at least something to the project, and we'll supply the plants for free as well for that land. Yeah, it's just a little contribution that we can make to the project to say thanks to Richard, and like it is a very worthwhile project to be involved in.
Couldn't have done it without a brilliant team, and we couldn't have done it without Unifar, who have sponsored it, and we have an exciting new sponsor along with Unifar next year that we'll be announcing very soon for next season, so it's great. We all should be very proud of ourselves of what we've achieved this year. I could never have done this project without my brother David and my sister Tina, who was incredibly supportive, and it's turning into a real family thing now, because next year our sister Barbara wants to get involved as well. You know, as you grow older, your siblings have their own lives, so this project has really pulled us together, and it's been a pleasure working with my brother and sister on it. So I want to thank them for being involved and making it happen with us.
It's been incredibly successful over this last planting period with, I think it's 200,000 trees. We're going to be planting the 200,000th today, and that's a lot of trees, and they're going to be there for a long time.
We only need 40,000 sites, so we only need 40,000 people to take part, and we'll plant 100 million trees. And it's going to be a community project. The person with a bit of land is interested in supporting the environment and looking after our next generations, trying to do the best we can in terms of mitigating climate change. So try and build all these wonderful little areas of biodiversity, so we get our birds back up, we get our bees back up, we get our insects back up, and we kind of try and work a little bit more in unison with nature.
Yeah!